For these 155 officers, it is a passage to new levels in their career as they look with pride and hope, preparing for higher responsibilities that their new ranks require of them. The State Commandant, NSCDC, and other security operatives enjoined the promoted officers to see their promotion as opportunity for more responsibilities.
I charge you all to rise to your responsibilities of your new ranks. Also, you shall ensure you work professionally to further cement the positive perceptions already enjoyed in the core in the gateway state.
Anything that will make the service, NSCDC, it's already having a good name now. So make sure you maintain that strata, that name.
As part of moves to facilitate a stronger bilateral relation between the two countries. The Vice President made the call during a courtesy visit to his office by the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Mr. Richard Montgomery, at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Taiwo Adeni reports.
Closed doors for just about an hour. The meeting between Vice President Kashim Shettima and British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Richard Montgomery, carries a lot of significance for bilateral relations between both countries, especially as it concerns the economy. As allies, Nigeria and Britain have enjoyed mutually beneficial relations on several fronts for decades, as shown in the volume of trade and strong cultural bond. The creation of a binational commission for Nigeria and Britain, the Vice President notes, can be the driver for accelerating enhanced business relationship between the two countries. He described the removal of fuel subsidy and the emplacement of a single forex policy as the beginning of economic reforms targeted at creating enabling environment for business. Addressing State House correspondents after the meeting, the British envoy conveyed the appreciation of his country for some of the steps already taken by the current administration.
The big economic decisions being taken by this government are really important, and they're being noticed around the world. The removal of subsidy, the exchange rate reform, all of that creates a much better investment environment.
While promising to support Nigeria in the ongoing bid to cushion the effects of some of the new economic policies, the High Commissioner said Britain would take the lead in the area of promoting foreign investment in Nigeria.
And I was in London last week. I was briefing my ministers, but I was also talking to British business in the finance, banking, investment sectors. And they are responding very positively to these first decisions.
Coming at a time when President Bola Tinubu is in faraway Paris, engaging other world leaders to sign a new global financial pact that will see more resources redirected to Africa, this commitment by Britain is timely, especially when one considers Nigeria's status as the biggest economy in Africa. In the State House, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
Determined to deepen enlightening and stakeholders' engagements, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority is holding the first legal councils of oil and gas to enable the smooth implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act. The essence of the engagement is to further deliberate on the current legal framework for the Nigerian oil and gas industry as intended by the PIA 2021. Lydia Sampson reports that it is also to present clarity and insight to the sections of the law with diverse and different interpretations.
The PIA is intentionally designed, amongst other key objectives, to create two distinct but complementary regulatory entities: the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. It is to deepen the industry's legal practitioners' understanding of the authority's power, function, and regulations by providing clarity on perceived regulatory overlaps between the authority and the Commission, in addition to promoting gas utilization through deepening of midstream operations, unbundle the composite licensing regimes to encourage more participation across the upstream, midstream, and the downstream value chains. These can attract local and foreign investment to sustainably grow the oil and gas industry for the host communities and Nigerians. NMDPRA says it is imperative that as co-implementers of the Petroleum Industry Act, the organization does not lose sight of key objectives and deliverables of the PIE, which took over 20 years to develop.
We are aware that stakeholders and potential investors require regulatory clarity to drive investment decisions and guide operations to ensure compliance with legal provisions and prevent reputational damage. Regulatory clarity is also beneficial to the regulators as it will allow both entities to focus on their mandates as intended by the law for the benefits of the industry and Nigerians.
The meeting of legal counsels in oil and gas will discuss value chain propositions in a deregulated market and provide a way forward for seamless operationalization of the objectives of the PIE. The key players agree that it might take a while to fully adjust and change the modus operandi, but that meeting the objective of the PIE requires complete commitment from all stakeholders. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Nigeria's National Park Service is improving security of national parks across the country to check the activities of criminal elements operating in the parks. Environment correspondent Onangie Fineface reports the National Park Service is introducing canine or dog surveillance to security operations at the parks. The aim is to contain illegal logging, poaching, illegal hunting, and other wildlife and environmental crimes. The dogs will help in detecting and tracking wildlife criminals operating in Nigeria's national parks. The Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, has inaugurated various peer review mechanism committees and sustainable development goals implementation by elected leaders. Chairman of the council, Yabagi Sani, inaugurated the committees in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
I hereby inaugurate these committees.
The Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet and ensure that everyone enjoys peace and prosperity by 2030. Party leaders said they have a crucial role to play in the implementation of the goals. Proposing a peer review mechanism to go around the country, IPAC believes is the way to go.
It provides an opportunity for our governors to learn from each other, share best practices, and identify areas where they need to improve. Through the peer review mechanism, our elected members can work together to identify the challenges and opportunities in their respective states and develop strategies and activities that will help achieve the inaugural speech promises, party manifesto, and the SDGs.
The council emphasized that party leaders have a responsibility to ensure that policies and programs of elected members are implemented and as well aligned with the SDGs towards achieving the targets set out in the various political parties' manifestos and the SDGs. The peer review mechanism is a tool that will help IPAC to assess progress of elected members. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
That concludes the news at 1. I'm Ayala Balogo. Good afternoon.